Think Nevada is just flashing lights, endless highways, and scorching desert? Beyond the glitz of Vegas and the open stretches of highway lie towns carved into mountains, nestled by lakes, and wrapped in quiet beauty. In this video, we're counting down the 10 most beautiful places to live in Nevada. Places where nature meets peace, where life slows down, and where every morning feels like a fresh postcard. Number 10. Fallon. Imagine living in a place where the skies stretch endlessly above golden farmland, where mornings begin with the hum of irrigation wheels and the distant whistle of a train. Welcome to Fallon, Nevada, a small town with big horizons, deep roots, and a quiet kind of beauty and you don't find in cities. With just over 9,000 residents, Fallon feels like a step back in time, in the best way possible. It's the kind of town where the local coffee shop knows your order and the community shows up for county fairs, high school football games, and tractor parades. This is rural Nevada at its finest, and proud of it. Fallon's economy centers around agriculture and military life. It's known for producing world-class alfalfa, cantaloupes, and its famous heart of gold onions. Wide open fields and historic ranches make up the landscape, backed by snow-dusted peaks in the distance. Nearby, the Naval Air Station Fallon, home to the Navy's elite Top Gun training program, adds a unique military town energy, with steady jobs and a strong sense of pride. Life here moves at a different pace. There's no traffic, no towering buildings, just long desert roads and starlit nights. But that peacefulness doesn't mean isolation. Fallon is located right on US Route 50, famously dubbed the loneliest road in America. And yet, you're only about an hour from Reno, a vibrant mid-sized city known for its tech growth, arts scene, and access to outdoor adventure, close enough for a weekend escape, far enough to enjoy the silence. Housing in Fallon is refreshingly affordable. The average home costs between $250,000 and $380,000, while rent ranges from $800 to $1,200 per month. Monthly groceries average around $350 to $400 per person, just under the national average. If you're dreaming of a quiet life under Nevada skies, with roots in tradition and land that still breathes freedom, Fallon might just be your next beautiful beginning. Number 9. Elko. Elko isn't just a town, it's a frontier spirit wrapped in snow-capped mountains and cowboy grit. Tucked between the high desert and the stunning Ruby Mountains in northeastern Nevada, Elko feels like a slice of the Old West that never left. With big skies, cold rivers, and wild landscapes, this town gives outdoor lovers and small-town dreamers something real to hold on to. Home to around 20,000 people, Elko keeps its roots deep in cowboy culture. Every January, it hosts the National Cowboy Poetry Gathering, a celebration of ranching life, music, and storytelling that draws folks from across the country. And with one of the largest Basque communities in the US, you'll find authentic pink sauce and hearty lamb stews served up with a side of old-world hospitality. But what really makes Elko shine is the landscape. Think alpine lakes, hiking trails, and secret camping spots tucked into the Ruby Mountains, often called the Alps of Nevada. Whether you're into fly fishing, horseback riding, or backcountry skiing, nature is never more than 15 minutes from your front door. Elko's housing market is surprisingly stable and accessible. Homes average between $250,000 and $350,000, and rent lands around $800 to $1,200 a month. Monthly grocery bills tend to stay between $350 and $400 per person, just under the national average. It's affordable, especially for those who value space, fresh air, and freedom over city chaos. Elko's economy is strong thanks to mining, ranching, and local tourism. It's the kind of town where neighbors help neighbors, where small businesses still thrive, and where kids grow up learning to ride horses before they drive cars. If you're the kind of person who craves adventure without the crowds, and who sees beauty in both open land and honest work, Elko might feel like coming home. Number 8. Mesquite. Welcome to Mesquite, where red rock cliffs meet palm-lined streets, and the sunsets feel like they were painted just for you. Tucked into the Virgin River Valley on Nevada's southeastern edge, Mesquite is the kind of place where time slows down and people choose to stay because of it. With a population of around 22,000, Mesquite is known for its year-round sunshine, resort-style golf courses, and relaxed desert lifestyle. Originally founded in the 1880s by Mormon settlers, this town has grown from its farming roots into a retirement haven with a view. You're surrounded by nature's artwork, crimson mesas, deep desert skies, and the calming green stretch of the Virgin River. Housing here is still accessible, especially for those relocating from pricier states. The average home ranges from $300,000 to $450,000, while rent hovers between $1,000 and $1,500 a month. Groceries come in around $350 to $400 per person per month, slightly under the national average, giving retirees and snowbirds a little extra breathing room in their budgets. Mesquite is ideal for golf lovers and sun seekers. The town boasts several championship golf courses, including Wolf Creek and Falcon Ridge, nestled right into the natural landscape. There's no need to rush here. Mornings start with a tea time or a coffee on the patio, and afternoons are perfect for spa visits, desert hikes, or quiet drives along the scenic Gold Butte Byway. There's a strong sense of peace here. With Las Vegas just 80 miles west, Mesquite offers access to big city excitement without the daily noise. Healthcare services are solid, anchored by Mesa View Regional Hospital, a full-service facility with 24/7 emergency care and a range of specialties. Number 7. Enterprise. Ever wonder what it's like to live in a place where you get mountain views, city lights, suburban calm, and NFL stadiums, all within a 15-minute drive? Welcome to Enterprise, one of the fastest-growing corners of Southwest Las Vegas, where life feels like a luxury development with a built-in adventure pass. Once just a quiet township in the shadow of the Strip, Enterprise has transformed into a hotspot for families, professionals, and anyone who wants suburban peace without giving up the excitement of Vegas living. It's now home to Allegiant Stadium, parts of the Las Vegas Strip, and a thriving network of master-planned communities. Looking for modern homes, top-rated schools, and trails that lead straight to Red Rock Canyon? You'll find it here. Want a backyard pool and a garage big enough for your side hustle gear? That too. In Enterprise, your neighbors might be tech workers, nurses, or blackjack dealers. But everyone shares one thing in common. They chose comfort and convenience. Housing ranges between $400,000 and $600,000, with sleek new builds popping up every month. A 2-bedroom rental will cost around $1,600 to $2,200 per month, depending on how close you are to the mountain trails or main strip. Groceries here are surprisingly affordable too, averaging around $350 to $400 per person each month. So your organic almond butter habit doesn't have to go anywhere. Enterprise is perfect for people who ask, "Can I have it all?" and expect the answer to be yes. From top-tier shopping at Town Square to weekend hikes at Red Rock Canyon, this part of Vegas is more than casinos and neon. It's brunch on the patio, sunset walks with your dog, and being just close enough to the Strip for date night, without ever hearing it when you're trying to sleep. So, if you're chasing community with character, views without the chaos, and city access without the noise, Enterprise might be your best bet in Nevada. Number 6. Virginia City. Virginia City isn't just beautiful, it's legendary. Imagine strolling past wooden boardwalks, saloons frozen in time, and Victorian buildings that look like they've leapt from an old Western film. Gaslight flickers in antique lamps, church bells echo across the hills. This isn't a theme park. This is everyday life in Virginia City. With a population of just under 800, this former Silver Rush boomtown feels like an open-air museum, but one where you can actually live, work, and dream. Back in the 1800s, it was one of the richest cities in America, thanks to the massive silver lodes of the Comstock. Today, it's a hidden gem for history lovers, off-grid souls, and artists looking for inspiration among the mountains. Homes in Virginia City are surprisingly accessible. You can find a charming Victorian fixer-upper or a hillside cottage for around $300,000 to $400,000. Rent sits between $1,000 and $1,500 per month, with a mix of historic apartments and converted miners' cabins. Monthly grocery bills typically run about $400 to $450 per person, similar to nearby Carson City. Living here is like stepping back in time without losing modern comforts. The town's preserved 19th century architecture, horse-drawn carriage tours, and dusty gold-era saloons are framed by sweeping views of the Sierra Nevada. Every sunset feels like the final scene in a classic Western. Don't expect big box stores or fast food on every corner. This place runs on community events, local artists, and old-school charm. The vibe? Think less strip mall, more storytelling. You might meet a blacksmith who teaches weekend classes or a bartender who also plays piano at the historic Opera House. Virginia City isn't for everyone, but for the right soul, it's pure magic. Before we move on, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to our channel. Your dream town could be up next. Number 5, Carson City. If you've ever wanted to live somewhere that feels like a cross between a historic Western town and an alpine getaway, Carson City might just be your sweet spot. Tucked at the base of the Sierra Nevada mountains, this state capital offers crisp mountain air, desert sunsets, and 4 full seasons, all without losing that small-town warmth. Carson City is home to just over 58,000 people, and while it holds the title of Nevada's capital, it feels more like a peaceful mountain town than a bustling government hub. Streets are lined with 19th century buildings, and you're never more than a few minutes from a trailhead, a fishing hole, or a panoramic mountain view. You're also just 20 minutes from Lake Tahoe, making weekend kayaking, snowboarding, or lakeside lounging as easy as a short drive. Let's talk cost of living. The average home price falls between $350,000 and $450,000, while rent typically ranges from $1,300 to $1,800 per month. Groceries here are just a bit higher than the national norm, averaging $400 to $450 per person per month. But many locals say the access to nature and lack of state income tax more than make up for it. Carson City is unique in more ways than one. It's one of the few U.S. capitals that isn't part of a county. It's a consolidated municipality, which helps streamline local services. The job market centers around state government, healthcare, tourism, and increasingly remote work. It's also a haven for history buffs, with museums, old saloons, and landmarks tracing back to the days of the Pony Express and the Comstock Lode. Life here is quiet, grounded, and refreshing. Locals spend weekends hiking in Kings Canyon, strolling through the historic district, or catching open-air concerts in the summer. You won't find glitz or glamour, but you will find clean air, mountain trails, and neighbors who actually say hello. Number 4, Boulder City. Boulder City is the kind of place where history echoes through the streets, desert meets lake, and peace isn't just a perk, it's a way of life. With just over 16,000 residents, this southern Nevada gem feels like a well-kept secret perched between the Mojave Desert and the sparkling blue of Lake Mead. Originally built in the 1930s to house Hoover Dam workers, Boulder City still wears its Art Deco architecture proudly, and the sense of purpose behind its creation never left. Today, it's one of only 2 places in Nevada where gambling is illegal, creating a quiet, family-friendly atmosphere that feels worlds away from the chaos of the Strip, despite being only 30 minutes from Las Vegas. Nature lovers are spoiled with proximity to Lake Mead, the Colorado River, and dozens of hiking and biking trails that lead through red rocks, canyons, and desert vistas. Weekend kayaking trips, scenic drives across the Hoover Dam, and paddleboarding under the desert sun? That's just normal life here. Housing costs are in the mid to upper range for Nevada. Homes typically range from $450,000 to $600,000, while rental prices for a 2-bedroom apartment fall between $1,800 and $2,400 per month. Monthly grocery bills tend to be higher, around $400 to $450 per person, due to Boulder City's more isolated location and limited retail footprint. But what you get in return is peace of mind. The crime rate is remarkably low, the streets are clean, and the people are genuinely welcoming. Local boutiques, diners, and art galleries reflect a town that thrives on identity and creativity. Community events like the Art in the Park Festival or Damn Short Film Festival keep the cultural scene alive and well. If you're someone who loves history, desert beauty, and quiet living with a sense of purpose, Boulder City offers something rare, a life of intention, framed by sandstone cliffs and lake reflections. Number 3. Reno. Reno is the city that reinvented itself. Once known for quick divorces and smoky casinos, today it's a dynamic blend of urban grit, outdoor glory, and creative energy. With the Sierra Nevada mountains in one direction and the Truckee River slicing through the heart of downtown, Reno delivers the kind of lifestyle where you can hit a gallery in the morning and kayak in the afternoon. Home to around 275,000 people, Reno has grown into one of the most exciting mid-sized cities in the West. It's artsy, bold, and quietly becoming a tech hub, thanks to companies like Tesla, Apple, and Panasonic setting up shop in nearby Sparks and Story County. The result? A younger population, more remote workers, and a growing appetite for innovation. Housing is still reasonable by West Coast standards. The average home price sits between $450,000 and $570,000, and rent ranges from $1,700 to $2,000 per month. Groceries in Reno average about $400 to $450 per person per month, which is a bit higher than the national average, but that's a small price for the four-season lifestyle you get in return. Reno's cultural scene is legit. You've got murals around every corner, monthly art walks, and a jam-packed calendar of events. Everything from the Great Reno Balloon Race to Rib Fest to the famous Burning Man, which lights up the Black Rock Desert just a couple hours away. Local breweries and food trucks give the city a hip, accessible vibe, while historic spots like Midtown mix old-school charm with new energy. And the location? Unreal. You're 45 minutes from Lake Tahoe, with skiing, hiking, and beach days all within reach. Whether you're into paddleboarding on the river, biking through forest trails, or just watching the snow fall over Mount Rose, Reno gives you nature without the isolation. Number 2. Green Valley, Henderson. Green Valley isn't just a neighborhood, it's the original suburban dream of southern Nevada. Picture-winding, tree-lined streets, manicured parks where kids ride bikes at sunset, and neighborhoods with names like Silver Springs and Emerald Point that sound straight out of a storybook. This is Green Valley, where the Las Vegas skyline glows in the distance, yet life stays peaceful and grounded. Located in the heart of Henderson, Green Valley was Nevada's first master-planned community, developed in the 1980s. And that history shows, not in age, but in thoughtful design. Homes feel settled, landscaping is lush and mature, and the layout is built for families. The area is home to some of the best public schools, well-maintained parks, and welcoming community centers in the region. It's no surprise both retirees and young families are drawn here. With more than 100,000 residents living across Green Valley, North, South, and Ranch, this is more than a small town. It's a connected suburban network just 20 minutes from the Strip. You can enjoy quiet, comfortable evenings at home while still being close to restaurants, shows, and nightlife. Housing prices typically range from $450,000 to $600,000, depending on location and home features. For renters, a two-bedroom unit usually costs between $1,600 and $2,200 per month. Grocery costs average around $350 to $400 per person each month, with plenty of nearby options, including farmers markets, grocery chains, and local shops. The charm of Green Valley is subtle but strong. You'll find walking trails shaded by tall trees, dog parks filled with friendly faces, and small plazas that host everything from yoga studios to cozy cafes. On weekends, locals gather at Coroner Stone Park to feed the ducks, jog around the lake, or watch the sky change color behind the spring mountains. If you're looking for balance, something grounded, beautiful, and easy to call home, Green Valley might be exactly where you belong. Number 1. Incline Village. Incline Village, a pine-scented paradise where alpine luxury meets crystal clear water. Nestled on the north shore of Lake Tahoe, this breathtaking community blends the beauty of a mountain town with the serenity of a lakeside retreat. With just over 9,000 residents, Incline Village is quiet, exclusive, and effortlessly stunning. Imagine waking up to the sight of turquoise water lapping against private beaches, with snow-dusted peaks just beyond your deck. Here, it's completely normal to ski in the morning at Diamond Peak, paddleboard in the afternoon, and toast the sunset from a lakefront balcony. It's a four-season playground reserved for those fortunate enough to call it home. Nicknamed the Billionaire's Forest, Incline Village draws in CEOs, tech founders, and creatives looking for seclusion with style. Homes typically start around $1 million and can easily exceed $3 million. Monthly rent falls between $2,500 and $4,000, though availability is limited. Grocery costs are on the higher side, usually $450 to $500 per person monthly, due to its remote mountain location. But that's the trade-off for living in one of the most breathtaking zip codes in the country. Nevada's lack of state income tax only adds to the appeal, especially for high-income earners and remote professionals. The local economy thrives on luxury tourism, wellness, and outdoor recreation, with many homes doubling as second residences for elite travelers. Despite the affluence, Incline Village never feels flashy. It feels sacred, a quiet, intentional place surrounded by towering pines and endless possibilities. Incline Village stands as Nevada's crown jewel, not just for its jaw-dropping views, but for the way it reconnects you with nature, stillness, and the kind of luxury that doesn't need to be loud. If your dream home includes lake breezes, panoramic views, and the quiet rustle of pine trees, this is where you arrive. We hope you enjoyed this video. Tap the screen for more content like this. See you next time.